What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. So, funny story. I recorded this video yesterday, but my microphone was muted. So, shout out to the people that told me about that. So, we're just gonna watch again. So, today we're watching
Minions have spawned.
G2 Skewmond, the new jungler for G2, the one I predicted. And I made a video about his Viego before. And now he's been playing a lot of different champions. So, I wanted to look at some of them, especially Taliyah. I really love Taliyah as a champion, so we're gonna see how he does what he does to, get ahead of the competition. The first thing he does is get cheesed by a Ignite Riven top. That's okay. So he went Blue Smite. Just make sure he does that. No potion. Guys, if you're going potion in the jungle, you better be invading or looking for some type of aggressive play. So otherwise, it's just not worth it. It's 50 gold down the drain. So, what to do when you get invaded and cheese like that? He goes straight to his bot side camps. And I believe the reason for doing that is that Viego is starting on his blue side, right? His top side. He's pathing down, so if we went back to our red buff, which we know that Riven probably had a ward there, they would see us start there. They would know we're super late, and then Viego would possibly just steal our camps away from us. So, it's okay when things happen like this. Don't panic. Just try to get your full clear off. So, yeah, I just wanted to watch Skewmond because every time I watch this guy, he just plays the game so clearly. Like, everything makes sense that he does. And it really helps me in my own games. So, I would suggest if you guys, ever feel lost in your gameplay, it's always good to watch these type of people. I took a long break after last season. Last season I actually finished rank 25 in NA. So, that was pretty good. But I went to Iceland for Christmas and stuff, so now I'm coming back. I'm getting back into solo queue and getting back into competitive. And I just want to learn from the best, So I'm going to watch Skewmond, see what he does. He skips his red buff here, do the Krugs. I think he's just doing that so he did his blue buff first, and then he did his Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, Krugs all in a straight line, so that they'll respawn faster and in sync with each other. Usually, I don't think it matters if you skip your red buff to go to your Krugs, unless you think your red buff is going to be invaded. But since he's already so behind, it's fine. So here, we want to take this crab, but since Viego is so far ahead of us, since he cleared way faster, Viego's probably here with Smite, so you gotta be careful. And as soon as Viego uses his mobility, so use your combo. It's really important thing to do on Taliyah is you have to understand the mobility of the champions you're playing against. And keep track of it. So Viego's a champion. Before he hits level 6, he only has his W. And as soon as he uses his W, he has nothing to, he has flash, obviously. But he's gonna have to flash away from your combo. Since he has no mobility to get out of it. And then obviously he hits level 6. He has his ultimate as well. But it's just really important to keep track of these things. And now as he's coming out of base, he's got his camera on bot lane. He sees that there's a play going on. I'm just gonna tell you guys this. I'm gonna pause real quick. Every time you're walking out of base like this, we know he's gonna go to his Gromp. He already knows he's going to his Gromp. That's the next camp that's spawning. So you have 20 seconds as you're walking from your base to your Gromp. You should just keep your camera bot lane, mid lane, just see what's going on. See if there's something interesting. And then as soon as you see something, you can then skip your camp to react to it. And that's how these best junglers are always finding these angles and these kills. Oh, that's a free kill for us. Wave is in a decent spot. And now we can just go straight back to clearing. I'm telling you, that's what Skewmond does really well. Is, you know, it's very simple. It's just hard to. Hardest part about jungling is honestly just staying like locked in and focused the whole game. You know, some people want to scroll Twitter when they're walking out of base, but you should be watching your lanes. Now we just continue our clear. Diego's on Dragon, fighting our bot lane. But there's not much we can do about it. Except for, this is another thing that you should be thinking about. As soon as we see that Viego is bot lane, and he's probably doing Dragon, you should trade the objective. If there is an objective up. Obviously, a lot of time early game, the Void Grub's always up at this time. So, if you see the enemy jungler doing Dragon, you're near the Void Grubs, just do the Void Grubs. Whenever you see the enemy jungler starting an objective, you should ask yourself, like, you know, am I strong enough to contest him on it? Or should I just do the safer play and take the opposite side camps? So here he recalls instead of going to his Krugs. You should ask yourself, like, what is he thinking? Like, if you go to these Krugs, then I guess you could look top lane, and then you would recall, and then you'd go bot. But he sees this going on. Obviously, well, I mean, he's a bit late to this already. But we have our ultimate. So there's a chance that we might be able to pick up some kills. Maybe pick up this Draven kill. We're walking on a lane. He definitely has his camera on this Draven. And the Draven, does he have Vampiric Scepter? Yeah, he's healing so much. We still ult in. Hit our W. The minions are kind of in the way. Just waits for his cooldowns, I think. Qs to secure the bush. It's pretty close, but that was a pretty guaranteed play. We see Syndra is missing. You gotta be really careful when you see enemy mid laner missing like this. See how he's just hugging his Tri-Brush, staying super far away until he sees the Syndra. Now we see Syndra, so safe to do our blue buff. Yeah, he hasn't forced anything, and right now he's 2-1 and 2. Nothing, like, we've just been doing simple, clear. Only reactionary plays. And that's what it's all about. Like, I've been telling people this when I coach them is, do you feel like you're dying a lot or you're doing a lot of ganks that don't work? You need to, like, ask yourself, you need to visualize before you gank, like, is this gank realistically worth my time? You know? Because if you're going for a gank that has a 50-50 chance of succeeding, for example, and if it succeeds, you get like 300 gold and a little bit of experience, you think to yourself, like, how many camps do I have up? Because if you have 2 or more camps up, you're gaining almost the same amount of gold and even more experience. And it's guaranteed. There's no 50-50. So we just finished our clear. Gonna do our red buff next. Once we do our red buff, gotta see, like, okay, do we need to recall and cover bot lane? Probably. Is there ever a play top lane? No. So you should instantly recall. As you're doing this red buff, you should be looking top, like, is there anything, like, realistically that you're doing here? It's just not realistic to gank this type of lane. So we just recall. We run straight bot lane. Mid laner's collapsing. We don't have our ult. But maybe we can back them up here. Should be able to clean everything up. Still haven't forced a single gank. Guys, we have not forced it. This was really smart. Unstoppable. I want you guys to notice what he just did. Red team double kill. Just watch. So he pretends to go into this bush, and Syndra assumes that he's still chasing. So he knows Syndra's here. So he just presses S, stops. So Syndra wastes her one, you know, CC ability. Nearly pick up that kill. Super smart. Go for more. I think the rel is out of there. Now I would just take the crab. Like, you should think to yourself right now, like, okay, like I have my Gromp spawning soon. I have my ultimate. Void grubs are spawning soon. But we have our ultimate, so I think we should honestly just make an aggressive bot lane play. I think that's what he's gonna do. Maybe he'll do the Gromp first. You see how clear the game seems like, when you're thinking this way? Obviously, I can say all this. Like, I make a lot of mistakes when I play, and I forget these basic things. But it's really like, it's not that complicated. But it's just hard to, do this in the moment. You know, not a lot of people have that consistency or the mindset. You know, look at the game logically. So now we have all our camps up. We can kind of walk wherever. I think what matters most is just showing up to the next fight we're gonna go for. We see he was gonna go for the Krugs, but he had his camera mid lane because he saw there was a fight. So he's running straight back to mid lane to try to save his Jace. See how important it is? And it's not much, you know, to ask for. To just have your eye on the map as you're walking out of base. He's picked up literally like 5 kills just from being aware of, you know, the closest fight to the camp that he's walking to, you know? Literally just from just staring at the, you know, just looking at your lanes when you're walking. Like, you don't even need F keys to do what he's doing right now. All you need to do is just, you know, use your mouse, hover over the map like this, just click, see what's going on. Whatever's close to you. I guarantee you right now, he's got his map right here. Just to see, like, if there's any threat of a dive or anything. I think what he should do right now, like, I think these Krugs are still, like, under leveled because he didn't clear them earlier. So you should ask yourself, like, here, like, am I doing these Krugs to be around this guy? This lane is, like, kind of irrelevant to the game. You know, the odds of you making a successful play here are pretty low, and the impact of that play is pretty low. Meanwhile, they have a Draven here, and you kind of want to shut down the Draven, right? And you want to, you know, enable your Corki, who's Febivin. I don't know if you guys know that. He's a pro player, or he was a pro player. So if you're looking, like, if you just put your screen on the map right now, all 3 lanes, where do you think the next fight's gonna happen? And I think it's gonna be bot lane. So if you can hone that skill of asking yourself that question of, like, what's the enemy team wanting to do? That would be really good for them. And is there a way for me to stop it or punish it in some type of way? It's not always that you go bot lane to actually stop it. Sometimes you could, you know, punish them by ganking the other side of the map. But this time it was obviously the right play. Just chase. No, Viego gets away, but oh, actually Viego might die. Whoa. Enemy jungler died, so you just look for his closest camp. Always what I've been telling people to do. If you win a fight against the enemy jungler and you're near his jungle, just poke your head in there to check if there's any camps up to steal. Then when they spawn, they'll be really mad because you took their camps. Okay, what item are we doing next? So we went Blackfire Torch and then Zhonya's. Obviously, we have our Darksteel. Going Zhonya's when you're this far ahead is a really strong item. Even though it doesn't do as much damage as, like, you know, Shadow Flame, it's just much more valuable when you're super far ahead. Right now, we're up 3 levels in the enemy jungler. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but each level in League is like worth like, I forget the exact numbers, like 300 to 500 gold. So being up 3 levels is 1500 gold worth of stats that you already have. So you might as well buy stats like Zhonya's or Banshees that save your life, because you're already doing too much damage, you know? You don't want to be overkilling them by that much when you could be investing in a little bit of survivability. You know, your life is just worth more. Okay, we're just gonna pick up our topside camps. Actually, we're not doing a red buff. Okay, we are. This is that timer on the map, like, when you're this far ahead, he sees that the Rift Herald just spawned. But you actually, even though you're this fed, you're 8 kills, 1 death, or 10 kills, 1 death. You can't actually walk to fight this Rift Herald because your Braum is recalling for, like, you know, health and wards. Jace is just catching this wave now, and Corki's not even mid lane to catch the wave yet. So the most basic thing, like, you should think to yourself, like, okay, I'm really fed, but where's my team? Where's the enemy team? We don't see anyone in the enemy team. They could all be stacking in this bush, you know, for all we know. So you should just wait. It's okay to wait, because you know that they probably can't start the Herald in time. If you just wait for your Braum to come, and then by the time Braum comes and connects with you here, your top lane will be pushed, your mid lane will be pushed, so you'll be able to freely walk in here with Braum, you know, leading the way. I hope that makes sense. I feel like the advice I'm giving this video is actually so valuable, because I've explained like 3 or 4 concepts. And, you know, Corki played too aggressive on this wave, so he just died. That's okay. That just delays our timer a little bit. We need to find someone to play through, so we're just going to walk to the Braum. And we're ulting in here. Okay, it's a little sketchy. They have 5 people here. But my point is, if you want to improve at League, it's all about seeing what these better players do in these type of games and trying to, like, generalize it into a concept that you can then apply to your own games every game. And I promise, if you think like that, you'll become 10 times better at League of Legends. Easy kill there. If you think about it, like, everyone is doing that. It's just, you know, it's more natural for some people. But for some people, if you're not actively thinking about it, you won't get better. That's a problem I had for a long time. Like, guys, I don't have natural talent. I started this game in bronze. I mean, I was 12 years old, but I started this game in bronze. I climbed 1 rank per season. Like, I would go bronze, silver, silver, gold, gold, plat, plat, diamond. And then I was stuck in diamond for 3 years. And then I finally, you know, broke that, hit Grandmaster. Was Grandmaster for 2 years, and then I got coaching, and that's when I just skyrocketed to the top, you know, top 100, and now top 25. So, if you guys are inspired at all by that, I would just recommend, you know, just gotta find the right attitude and method of thinking about the game. So right now, grabbing these Krugs is just not worth it, because you want to stay with your team on all these mid waves. When you're like this far into the game, it matters more for you to be protecting your bot lane on vulnerable waves That was a really good flash. It matters more to protect your bot lane on vulnerable waves than to, like, you know, grab an extra one camp. A little aggressive there. You see, just hovering in that bush, protecting your Corki as he pushes mid lane. That allows you to then get vision into their jungle or to counter gank any type of play they have. You know, deny them from finding an opportunity to come back. You see Viego pushed up a little bit here. Viego is kind of slippery. Let's see, let's go to the next play. Now, you know, when your team's recalling, now you can do your camps. Here, obviously, I guess he's trying to protect this tower. I think if you have your Taliyah ult up, you can actually ult in front of the tower. Don't quote me on that, though. I'm not sure. Okay, we won a fight, we killed their jungler. So here you could either go to your blue buff and your Gromp, or you could go to the enemy Raptors and they're red. So obviously you should go to enemy jungle camps, take them first. And then you can always get your own camps on your own time. We saw Riven bot lane, so I'd be a little scared walking in here. Clears the bush. Almost have our ult up. We're just keeping our eye on bot lane. You see how he's standing here, so he's closer to his bot lane. Because it kind of looked like there might be a fight there. I guess you just think to yourself, what's the next play? The next play is Oddcon, but you really want to... I think starting Oddcon is kind of risky because it shreds your armor. You're just looking for any type of fight that you can create. Let me pull down the scoreboard. We're just kind of waiting for the enemy team to make a mistake. Maybe Quinn can pressure mid lane. Okay. Trying to, like, make Rel waste all of her rewards. You know, take back over the jungle here. But now you just want to kind of bait the enemy team into walking into you. We have Zanya's here, so you don't even have to be scared. It's them all dying. Nice catch on Sidra. We didn't have our heal. Nice Zanya's. It's just too clean. Now we go straight back to the Oddcon. Our team is getting their inhib here. But like, such a clean game. You can always tell, like, Skewmond is just, he's just playing, like, it's just simple, straightforward. His mechanics are amazing, obviously. That's something that's harder to replicate. But get the Oddcon. Game should be over. And it is over. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys want any type of content of my gameplay or any reviews of specific players. And you know, comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for the support. Subscribe.